Welcome back to Movie Rewind. Today I will tell you about an action, horror, sci-fi movie from 2014 titled The Purge, Anarchy. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. Los Angeles, California, 2.5 hours until the start of the annual Purge, a 12-hour period where all crime is legal, including murder. Leo is in his apartment preparing for the Purge to commence. He checks several firearms and straps on a Kevlar vest. Someone knocks on the door, and he discovers it's his ex-wife, who says that he wasn't answering the phone. She looks at the wall and sees several photos taped around a newspaper clipping. Aware of what he is planning, she asks him to be safe, but Leo dismisses her comment. He says she should be at home with her new husband, and she kisses him on the cheek before leaving. Meanwhile, Eva is just getting off from her shift at the local diner. She walks home and her intoxicated neighbor Diego stops her at the door and asks if she needs any protection tonight. She politely declines and goes up to her apartment where her daughter Callie is watching a video online. Carmela Jones, a leading activist who opposes the new founding fathers and the Purge, is broadcasting a call to action for his supporters. Her grandfather says it's nonsense, but Callie disagrees. She asserts that Carmela is just trying to make a difference. Elsewhere, Shane and Liz are walking out of the supermarket. There is added tension between them as they've agreed to separate, but Shane isn't ready to tell his family about it. As they return to their car, a young man in white face paint bumps hard into Shane. He then rejoins his group, all of whom appear to be preparing for the Purge. One of them, a man wearing a white mask that says God on it, looks at them and waves menacingly. They quickly get into their vehicle and drive away. Back at the apartment, Eva jumps in the shower before starting dinner. Her father, Rico, puts on a nice suit before placing an envelope on his pillow. He walks out of the building, where there is a limousine waiting for him. Unaware that her father is no longer in his room, Eva barricades the front door and places a handgun on the kitchen table, as the limousine drives away. Shane and Liz, now back on the highway, are just approaching downtown LA. They are back to discussing their relationship issues when the car abruptly breaks down. Shane pulls off to the shoulder, but the car won't restart. He looks underneath the vehicle, and it appears to have been sabotaged. With the Purge quickly approaching, they begin calling around to find a ride, but no one is available. The group from the supermarket lot shows up, and the man in the white mask waves at them again, this time with a machete in hand. Now panicking, the couple abandons their vehicle and departs the area on foot. The sun has now set, and Leo is making his way towards the city. The sirens go off at 7 p.m. sharp, and the Purge has officially begun. A couple is seen crossing a suburban street, weapons in hand, as a semi-truck passes by. The trailer door is raised, and a man who goes by Big Daddy mows the couple down with a Gatling gun, before driving away. Eva finishes cooking and asks Callie to wake Rico for dinner. Callie enters his room and finds the envelope he left. It contains a handwritten note saying that he has gone to a wealthy family's home, where they plan to conduct their purge in private. Rico has a terminal illness and sees this as a way to provide for his family. In exchange, the family will transfer $100,000 into Eva's account. Eva is devastated and Callie says she doesn't understand. They barely have time to grieve, however, before they hear a commotion just outside their building. A group of heavily armed men, resembling a SWAT team, is entering their complex in force. At the same time, the front door is knocked down by their neighbor Diego. Belligerent, he enters with a shotgun and calls for Eva. Diego declares his plan to have his way with the two women, then kill them afterwards. He approaches Eva and proceeds to lick the side of her face, when the tactical team is heard outside in the hallway. Diego goes to investigate, and the mercenaries promptly kill him with an automatic weapon. Eva and Callie run to the closet, but they are found soon after. The abductors make a call over the radio and are directed to bring the women to Big Daddy's trailer. Leo has been trying to navigate the city as he avoids purgers along the way. He notices the parked trailer and spots Eva and Callie being drugged through the street. He turns off his lights and continues watching, seeing the women struggle against the mercenaries. Leo keeps telling himself to keep driving but can't ignore their need for help. He gets out of his car and approaches the trailer cautiously. Shane and Liz, who have been hiding amidst the chaos, stumble upon the unlocked car and hide in the back seat. As Big Daddy opens the trailer, Leo kills several of the mercenaries, then shoots Big Daddy in the cheek. Uncertain if he plans to kill them as well, Eva and Liz stare motionless, as Leo turns and walks away. He takes a couple steps then turns and nods to them to follow. They return to the car, where Leo is surprised to find Shane and Liz. He pulls his gun on them, but they insist they're not purgers. Meanwhile, Big Daddy, injured but still alive, stands up and gets behind the Gatling gun. Seeing this, Leo jumps in the car, and they speed away under heavy fire. They make it out of the immediate area, as Shane and Liz try to explain how they got there. Soon after, Leo's car overheats from the damage. He rolls into an alley and wants to continue on his own, but Eva changes his mind when she says she has access to a nearby vehicle. If he can get them to her coworker Tanya's, the car is his. Leo agrees, and hands Eva and Shane a pistol each. They make their way on foot, passing dead bodies along the street, until Shane's foot gets caught in a trap. Several attackers immediately appear, and Leo kills one of them, while Shane frees himself by shooting the steel cable. They keep moving, and Callie tries talking to Leo. She inquires about his background and asks why he was out during the purge. Leo ignores her, and they encounter another semi-truck, like the one Big Daddy had been in. Several men in the tactical gear are on the ground dead, and they board the trailer to take a closer look. They find a sophisticated surveillance system which has access to traffic cameras and a city layout. Several residential buildings are highlighted on the map, including Eva's. Shane reports that the engine is also damaged, so they grab whatever weapons they can find and carry on. They run into another group who is in the process of purging. One of them hears Liz, and he sends his friend to look for them. Leo gets the jump on him, and kills him with a chokehold as the others try not to make noise. They make a detour which leads them into an empty train tunnel. Callie asks Leo why he stopped to help her mother and her, when lots of people are being killed citywide. Leo says that their situation reminded him of someone but leaves it at that. He stops walking to remove his bulletproof vest and transfer it to Callie. They're almost through the tunnel when two ATVs full of purgers shows up. They kill several of the hobos hiding in the tunnel, burning one of them with a flamethrower. Eva falls, forcing Leo to pick her up and carry her, and Shane stops to shoot back at the ATVs. He gets shot in the shoulder, but manages to take out the driver before igniting the flamethrower tank. Leo, who injured his leg on the platform, gets Eva out safely, and they're joined by Shane and Liz shortly after. Eva contacts her coworker to let her know they are close, and they assist Shane back to his feet. They make it to the building safely, where Tanya meets them to open the back door. Once inside, Leo cleans up Shane's shoulder while Tanya's family cooks dinner. Leo prepares to head back out and asks Eva for the vehicle. Eva then reveals that there is no car, she misled him because they desperately needed his help. She apologizes, but says she was doing it for her daughter. Leo is understandably upset, and snaps back, saying he's also doing this for his son. He remains determined to head back out while there's still time, despite Kali's appeals for him to stay. Before he can leave, Tanya is abruptly shot and killed by her sister. She says that Tanya was sleeping with her husband, and her husband takes cover behind Liz, holding her at gunpoint. A standoff ensues, and Leo shoots him to free Liz, then directs the group to flee as he shoots at Tanya's sister. They gather in the hallway, where Leo is torn between finishing what he started, and staying with the group who is now on the run again. He steps outside to scout the area, and finds Big Daddy and his team preparing to breach the building. The group eludes the mercenaries, just as they're entering, but gets caught by the God Mask crew from earlier and thrown into their van. The van drives off and the mask is removed. Callie then asks why they aren't already dead, and he answers by saying they're not out to purge. They drive a bit further before pulling into an alley. The group is unloaded and exchanged for a wad of money, before being forced inside. A curtain opens, and they are displayed to an audience of wealthy bidders, who will pay for the right to hunt them. The auction concludes, and they are transferred into an arena where the winning bidders enter with weapons. The rest of the gallery watches as the purgers begin to spread out. Leo surprises one of them, beating him to death, as another purger arrives and shoots at him. Leo kills him as well, this time securing a gun and a pair of night vision goggles. He is then attacked by a woman wielding a machete. Leo dodges her blade and knocks her out, before recovering the gun and executing her. He sees the observers and sprays the glass, but it is bulletproof. Leo returns to the group with additional weapons, and Liz shoots a purger, causing the remaining participants to exit the arena in fear. The event organizer is then forced to call for reinforcements. The lights are restored, and the venue security runs in, heavily armed. They surround the area and Shane is killed, as the others wait fearfully. Their demise seems imminent when a flashbang is deployed, and several of the guards are killed outside the doors. Carmelo and his resistance group break into the arena to rescue the 4 survivors. As they prepare to leave, Liz continues holding on to Shane, and says she wants to stay and avenge his death. Carmelo approves, and Leo leads Eva and Callie away. As they make their way out, Leo carjacks the event organizer at gunpoint. He tells her that she doesn't deserve to live and says to remember him, before yelling at her to run away. 47 minutes remain in this year's Purge, and the sun is beginning to rise. Eva is relieved that it's almost over, but Leo says he still has time. He drives to a house and parks at the corner. Leo then explains that 4 months ago, the resident Warren Grass killed his son who was on the way home from school. The driver's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit, but the case got dismissed on a technicality. Finally understanding, Callie still begs him not to do it, but he yells at her and tells them to stay in the car. Now just 5 minutes left. Leo breaks into the house and takes a knife from the drawer. He enters the bedroom and pushes Warren and his wife to the floor, holding him at knife point. Leo forces Warren to look at him. He asks if Warren remembers what his son looked like, and shouts that his name was Nicholas. Warren's wife can't do anything but lay on the floor, sobbing. The front door opens. Leo walks out into the sun, blood on his neck. He closes his eyes slowly, and is suddenly shot. He looks up, and sees Big Daddy standing over him, his cheek covered with a large bandage. Big Daddy addresses Leo as Sergeant, and says he knew where he was planning to go. He then says that Leo broke the unwritten rule of the Purge: you don't save lives during the Purge, only take them. Big Daddy says the residents already failed to achieve proper balance, so the NFFA steps in by taking some lives of their own. Big Daddy lifts his gun to execute him, before catching a bullet to the forehead. Warren, after being spared by Leo, emerges from the doorway as Eva and Callie rush to the yard. Big Daddy's mercenaries also respond, but the sirens sound off, signaling the end of the Purge. Eva asks Warren to get his car and the 2 women lift Leo to his feet. As they arrive at the hospital, Callie tells Leo that he did it, he saved them. And the countdown to the next Purge begins. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please leave a like on the video, and subscribe to see more.